As I said in my caption, not buying another store-bought fixed frame screen ever again. I gotta go downstairs to get my drill because I left it downstairs. I found me a drill bit. All right, so I'm not buying any more fixed frame screens. I'm done. Not buying any more from the stores. I am done. I called Lowe's today, see how much it would cost me to have lumber shipped into the house. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I figured if I go to screen size that's 12 feet high, well, no, 12 feet wide and 8 feet high, the biggest I could get, it's going to cost me 53 bucks to have it shipped to my house. Lowe's is like 6 blocks from me. So with that being said, we start construction on the screen downstairs today because I want it out of my house, number one. Number two, I'm not paying for any more frames. That's it, especially when I can custom design these. So this one right here, I was thinking about building one to the wall, but I had a wall here. I'm just gonna paint the wall. My wall is only bigger than the screen size, and I can paint it the size I want, and I can put my designs and artworks around it, which would be pretty cool. So that's what I'm doing. Now this one, unfortunately, I can't give it away due to the fact that it's already been painted multiple times, and it's going to be extremely hard to try to get it back onto the frame and get it to stretch out because it doesn't stretch anymore. So this is going in the trash. I'm trying to figure out which one this is. I think the Elite screen is outside. That's going to need to be removed today too, because while the weather's warm, I need to get them all out of here in one hit and then start building the new screens. Because at the end of the day, why am I bought this because of COVID, because I couldn't get the supplies I needed. But now I got access to supplies. I can build these things anywhere I want. And the blueprints I got for the gaming screen downstairs, the pinball on it is freaking amazing. Oh, the pinball is so much fun. But the one I'm going to design that screen, I already went in an order from Amazon. These huge 6-foot massive equalizer displays going to be bouncing back and forth. That thing's going to look like a freaking arcade when I get done with it. So I can't wait. So building the screens allow me to be a designer anywhere I want, with size in one. It's not going to cost me anything extra. So let's get this thing taken apart. So I'm hoping this is the generic one, because the generic one has screws. The other one is going to have hex keys, which I got the parts for that to get rid of that. So I'm going to lead lights out first. Let's get these out of here. I don't think I'm going to use chasers because this one, I want to keep this one with an art. This is going to go down. Oh, I can add these to my screen downstairs. Yeah. You can recycle these because I want different lights for this one. I want something real subtle. I don't want anything like arcadey. This is going to be my Japanese anime screen for watching all my anime movies off of it. I don't want this flashing around my screen while that's going watching movies off of it. So I want something different with it, but I haven't decided what kind of LED lights. I might get that liquid flow light. It's a soft glow liquid flow that goes around. I might get those instead, but I haven't decided yet. That one right there can light up because that's an arcade screen. It's from a Japanese anime / arcade room. So we're taking these down, and I'm putting these down in the shop because I can use this for my screen downstairs. This is 135 inch. So my screen downstairs I'm building is going to be a customized. It's going to be 128, which will give me 1610 out of it. And this will wrap around my screen downstairs. So I save some money on my lights. These are 40 bucks. So I save some money on these right here. These are the weatherproofs. These are the heavier ones. Let me see. There we go. Let's see some money. So now I don't have to buy any chasers for my screen downstairs, because these are going on my screens downstairs. So once the wood gets here, I'm going to start building my screen. I'm going to staple my material down, and I'm going to start the coating process of priming it. So I think I'm going to put about 4 applications on my surface, because I want my surface to be super stiff. Keep in mind, you can only, if you want to, it's up to you. 2 applications is all you're really going to need, but I'm putting 4 on mine because the more applications I put on it, the stiffer it becomes, and that's what I want. And with that, like I said, that particular paint, the Network Gray, we say it over and over again because people keep asking me, what are you talking about? Which one are you talking about? Which one I got to go order when I go down to whatchamacallit, to Sherwin-Williams. That's why we say the model number over and over again, so you know exactly what to pick up when you start priming these screens. Now keep in mind, the one I got downstairs, that's the gamer kit. Everything we're going to use in it, well, not this is going to be, I want to have some extra stuff on mine, but you know, if you want to add a couple ideas with it, but we're actually building the same fabric. We're going to be using the same Instagram instructions in it to prime the surface first. All that's going to be in there for you, and you're going to get those lights that basically make the sound when the screen jumps. You're going to get those. So that's going to come with the kit, but I'm building one for myself, but I'm adding some extra stuff to mine. You know, you can do that yourself, and I can show you where you get all the cool equipment I have to do it. But all you need is 2 applications, but it depends on how stiff you want the surface. The more applications you add on, the stiffer it gets. 4 is the most I would do at the end of the day. You don't want it too stiff. All right. I have no idea why I moved this thing in here. You know, I literally went to the hospital over this freaking screen. Like, I'm basically, okay, for y'all that don't know, I take a stuff called, I don't know if it's, I say it wrong all the time, so excuse me. But it's called Symbicort. I think that's what it's called. This stuff builds up a coating on my lungs, allow me to breathe a little better. And I only had like about 2 months of this stuff in my system. And for some reason, I decided to move, this screen used to be in the other room, down the hallway, shifted into the bathroom, and somehow I shimmied it in here. And ended up basically couldn't breathe because of it. Now my lungs are much better. This is not a problem. I can take this thing apart, you know, no problem. But for what? I could have painted it right to the freaking wall. My last screen was painted to the wall. I had 135 in here, painted to the wall. I don't know what I was thinking. So as I said before, the projector I have in the next room. Since I'm spending all that money for the mech setup, I'm just going to go get me the Optima GT, that Darby gaming projector. Might as well, you know what I mean? Spending that money for a graphic card, might as well get a 1080p projector in there, and I'm going to take the projector from there and put it in here. All right, so let me see what we got here. We got another set of LED lights. Where are these coming from? Oh, these are from the back. This thing has 2. I bet this thing has 2 sets of LED lights running through it. Oh man, that's even better. I get even more LED lights for downstairs. Oh heck yeah! Let me salvage those too. We got no, we don't have scissors. God, Jerry's ghost. I gotta go downstairs with these scissors. I gotta pop that. I got another set in the back. That's 2 sets. I got 2 tickets to paradise. 2 tickets to paradise. Oh, I cannot wait. I'm so excited about the new screen downstairs. Oh man, I cannot wait. This thing is gonna look so cool. And the pinball is freaking amazing. It is freaking amazing. I couldn't figure out how to get it to work last night. Then I realized that you had to go download the add-ons, which I forgot to do. I'm like, what the freak is going on with this thing? And I got the one with the FX. The other ones, they're okay. They're like old-fashioned. But the FX has the whole board that comes to life with all, if you saw the video, you know what I'm talking about. Oh man, I can't wait to get back downstairs to play that today because I want to play that right now so badly. Right now I want to play it. But I got work to do, so I can't. But I want to play it. All right, so I know you go here. That's yours right there. Where's your adapter after this one? This is your adapter. All right, so we know. 2 in here for you. Yeah, but I'm not buying any more aluminum screens. Forget it. I'd rather build any day. And on top of that, that borderless look is so freaking beautiful. Looking at this, because my screens downstairs are borderless, and I love them. I love borderless screens. And then have acoustic too. This was not going to be acoustic, but yeah. Oh man, I cannot wait. So let me see. Ability to customize the way you want it. I'm gonna paint this directly to the wall. Let me see how I'm doing this, because this is a pretty good size screen. Just a little bit. Here we go from this side. There. There we go. Anyway. Yeah, there's really no weight to them at all. There's no weight to them. Let's see which one it is. This is screws. That means the Elite screen is out back, and that's going today. I'm taking that down. I can't reach the customer. I don't know where he's at. I can't reach him. So they gotta go. Let me see. How are we doing this? How did I get you? Oh yeah, we gotta move all this stuff. So that's why I said at the end of the day, if you got a screen like this, you don't have to go back. But like I said, this is something you have to paint to a wall. Where am I going to lay it at? I literally got to take the thing apart where it's laying against the wall. So I got to pick this thing up and I got to swing it around this environment and put it backwards or somewhere so I can start taking it apart. That's why I say it's important to be to have something that you can paint to the wall if you have to. Because right now I'm painting to the wall. And if I couldn't paint to the wall, there'd be an issue in here. It'd be a problem. It has to be painted to the wall. Now you see why. When I was telling you about, and like I said, I'm not going to mention the name because I don't want to hear it on my channel, but as I was explaining to you, the instructions were weird. Because like I said, it's going to be hard to paint it to your wall if you have those instructions embedded. Simple and plain. And right here now I got to paint to a wall. So let me see, if I swing it out, I'm curious, let me see if we got screws back here. Ah, man. This is the Elite screen. What the freak? Then what's the heck outside? What's outside? This is the Elite. This is hex keys. Mother George, at least we got hex keys. Oh, man. This is hex keys, man. What the George? This is hex keys. This is the Elite screen. That is the freaking Elite screen. What is boxing me in? Oh, that's what's boxing me in. Okay. Yeah, it's a freaking Elite screen. Alright, I'm going to take it apart from here, from the back here. We don't have the, I got to go get the ratchets for these because this is a whole nother screen. This is the Elite screen. I thought the Elite screen was outside. I say both took hexacrystal. What are these screws? Ah, man. Look at that one. Oh, man. Alright. I'm gonna need to put you guys, I don't know, I guess I can set you guys right here. I'll move Sonic out of the way. Let me see if you guys are fitting there. I don't know. I'm gonna go get my stand from downstairs. I need to have this all recorded. It's hex keys in the back. I gotta freaking get them. At least I got drill bits, so that's good. I have to put the other one together too. We need to get the pliers. We only have 2 of those. Why not get them generic? Who is generic? It can't be generic. I have the other. But there's not that one. I think the original one takes screws. Yeah, I think that one took hex, so it took screws. Alright. Mother Jerry Fellows. Oh, and we got them in here. How come we don't find it until the last minute? We don't even need it. Alright. I gotta figure what kind of design I'm gonna put for the border. Something really cool on a flat border, really flat. Oh, I'm just gonna paint my border in something cool. The walls are already in red, so that's not gonna work. Unless I put a red trim in and put a black trim, that'd be pretty cool though. Alright, should be able to be back here. Let's get this stuff all moved out of the way. Looks like I got some room for the work. So this has a room here. Really got to keep that downstairs. Ah, man. You stop taking stuff. Which one of these? I'll go by here and figure out which one it is. Oh, these are weatherproof. These are the weatherproof ones. Oh, cool. Got another set of new lights. So let's see which one she go in here. Nope. Swing this. Let's see where we gotta go here. Swing this. Alright, you gotta do one of these. Definitely swing this. I bet you the one I have is perfect for this. I don't even know where I put that. Because that's usually what I do. I lose the stuff that I need. Swing and miss. Ah, great. I'm not taking anything apart by hand. There's just way too many screws back there. Alright, then I have to figure out exactly what to do apart. A whole lot of different things. Keep losing. Let me just make these out of the original to be a lot more easy to do. Turn this. Let me see what we got on this one. Oh, you might have to take this apart by hand. Crap, I hate taking things apart by hand. Oh, we got one that locks. Yeah! Thank you, Jesus. But you're not going to take this apart by hand. got that one. And I'm not trying to be rude here, but as I said before, when I hear people talk in demonstrations, they literally do not know what they're talking about at the end of the day. And you can't once you paint one of these screens, it is almost virtually impossible to take it off and put it back on. Because like I said, that stretchable PVC surface is no longer there once you paint it. It's gone. All right, so it's going to be even more of a tougher time. You think you had a tougher time the first time getting it over. The second time is going to be a freaking nightmare for you. This has no stretch to it at all. Period. So, if there's a if one coat, that's it. You have to paint them while they're stretched out. Do not paint these things and then install them in. Bad idea. And the reason why I know this, because of business experience, we used to sell these things a long time ago at 100 inches. And to ship a screen fully assembled, it's very expensive. So we were taking the material out and we were painting it separately. The problem we have with that is when the customer wants to expand it, and basically areas that we didn't hit with the roller, because you think you hit every spot, but you missed some spots. And when they want to expand it, there were these white lines in the screen where the areas where the rollers didn't hit. Bad idea. Cost me a lot of money at the end. Ended up being a big mistake. Trust me. Paint the screen wide sand. All you got to do is pad the back of the bar, and that's it. Tape up the sides, and you're done. Do not take them apart. That's a bad idea. Bad advice. Very, very bad advice that he gave out like that. I know. I built enough of these things to know that at the end of the day, that's not what you want to do. Now, to protect your border, I'll show you really fast. Since we got one here. Very simple to protect your border. I'd rather go with the thicker frog tape because it's much better. What you want to do is you want to take it and you want to put it right along the edge, right in here, like this, like that. Make sure some of it is touching the screen. Take your hands and you want to tuck it under. That's what you want to do. Tuck it under. Two people gave you bad advice. Both of them did. Number one, you tape the entire frame. Some people say you don't have to. Yes, tape the entire border. Because some people may be careful and some people may not be that careful with it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's better safe than sorry. Because the last thing what's going to happen is, and I've done this a few times, I painted a screen and it bumped over top the rail and rolled right across here. Now, if I didn't have that taped up, I would have destroyed my border. So just take the time to tape the whole thing up. If somebody tells you don't have to do it because they're half doing it, and usually, like I said, they're half doing it, there's going to be mistakes. Take your tape, go over top of it. That's basically about it. That's all you have to do all the way around. When you get to your corners, very simple. I'll show you how to do your corners real fast. Put you right there. I think better right here. I think we're better right there. Back it up a little bit. All right, so when you do your corners, take your tape like this, stick it like this way, like that. Take your finger, you want to make sure you get up underneath of it. The reason why you want to get underneath of it is because when you have paint in here, it's going to be splashing around, much like an air hockey table, and paint is going to seep up. And if you don't have it all the way down across that border right there, what's going to happen, if you have a little line coming through, whatever you paint, it's going to have that little trace of a line all the way around. That's going to be the most annoying thing you've ever seen in your life. So that's why you just tape it up like this. Back it up a little bit for you guys. See how the tape's going across that way? That way you got your corner piece in here, nicely. Expand it out so it gets under the frame, like so. the same thing here. Make sure it's under your frame. There you go. Smoothed up. Now, most people, like I said, if you tape it this way to this way, you may have a little gap in there. That's why you put that one piece across here first, so that way that's already insured. And then you just do your sides. Some people say, oh, you don't have to do the sides. Trust me, do your sides. Because like I said, better safe than sorry at the end of the day. You have any idea how hard it is to get paint off a velvet border? It's a nightmare. Trust me, it's not going to look the same. You're going to see that imperfection every single time. And then you're going to get the bright idea about, well, maybe if I get some black paint and I paint over it. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to be the same color. Trust me, I know all this because I made these mistakes myself. And that's it. So all you got to do is just a little time and effort, and that's it. And that makes sure you don't make any mistakes when you're painting your screen. You don't mess up your border at the end of the day. People that don't want to do the job, they want to do it halfway at the end of the day, they're the ones that are giving you false information. Because like I said, everybody's not going to paint the screen carefully. Some people are painting the screen for the first time. They may be a little nervous. They may make a mistake. Something could distract you. Anything can happen. And if your roller bumps over top of that, at least you're covered. So that's why. Done. Just pull everything off. Now, a little trick. I'm going to tell you right now from the door. Do not wait for your screen to dry before you peel off the tape. But then again, that's going to be another personal nightmare. Because now you're going to have the paint and the tape all fused up under your screen, and you're gonna be sitting there picking, trying to pull that loose. The minute you dry it, before you dry it, pull it off when it's wet. Now we have to go to that nightmare because I did that one to myself too. I'm telling you from personal experience of what I've been through. You don't want to do that. See, pulls off nice and easy. Voila, done. Where is the drill? Right here. Let me just unsnap this way. I've got two sets of these chasers for downstairs. It's gonna be hot. Any money? I was spending like $40 on my chasers. The chasers are kind of expensive, though. But they're definitely worth it. They're cool to watch. I think that's connected to what? What's that connected to? Yeah, that's definitely sticking to something. I don't know what that is. Is that the command? Yeah, I unit. That's disconnected. Yeah, she's getting away. I got her. She's not going anywhere. Now these lights right here run off a completely different remote control unit. They don't have the same feature as the ones I had. The ones I had downstairs are a little different. These are the first ones I bought. These are the second ones I bought. These are actually much better. This is a more advanced version than these right here. This is actually the first ones I bought. These are a more advanced version. You can actually change these lights over to these. You just need the IR box, that's all. So the box that controls it, you can control those lights just like these and get rid of these remote control, which has a habit of interfering with my lights downstairs. I don't know why, but this remote control always interferes with my lights, so we don't have to use any more. So I have an extra box that connects to these, and that allows me to control these lights right here off this remote control. All you gotta do is change out your boxes, that's all. Some people think it has something to do with the lights. No, you can actually have any lights would turn into chasers. You have to have the box to do it. Like any LED lights would turn into sound activation lights. You just have to have the control to do it. Like these are everyday LED lights. The only thing that makes them different from the other LED lights is that little box right down there, sorry about that. That little box right down there controls whether or not they can accept sound. All that comes from there. The box controls it. It's not the lights. People think it's the lights. No, it's not the lights. It's the box. You buy those little conjunction boxes, you can change out the lights. It's a cheaper way to go too, because instead of you spending the money for the lights, just go some cheaper lights, buy the box for like 10 bucks, boom, with the remote control, and you're done. That's it. And any form of adapter will run the lights, like any form of adapter will run it. You don't have to have that particular adapter to run it. So that's a cheaper way how you can get the chasers and stuff like that without spending a lot of money. I'll show you, I do a tutorial video and show you how to do that. Because I'm out there going out spending, like when I did the back room, I must have spent like a good $200 worth of the lights. I put the first ones in, I didn't like the way they were displaying, I took them out. I put another set in, they were okay, there were those right there. Those are the ones I did like. The first chasers I ever got, those suckers were huge. Like the box was like, there's a huge, massive box. I gotta find the video and put the link to the video. The first one, get the video and put the link where I got the first ones at. The first ones had no dimmers on them at all, period. So when these stickers went off in your room literally looked like a discotheque, or like one of the Las Vegas signs, but it was really, really crazy bright. But I'll show you the video of the first ones I got. All right, so we got these all connected. I'm gonna sit here. But I more than enough lights were downstairs. Spend money for that. That's good. All right, let's get you up here because you're falling all over the place. And what are you in the corner? You more LED lights? You are! More LED lights! Woohoo! Here's Johnny. Alright, so this can just take apart too. Alright, so where are we at in this? We got the bar here in the middle. I think the bar has screws. Oh, it does not have screws on this, does it? I better not have screws. That'd be a stick joke. Oh yeah, this is the generic, because this one has the it has the pegs. That's why. The Elite Springs has the springs. That's what they have. All right, cool. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the hair matches in there? All right, I can see you're going to be a headache to get out of there. That's we got one here that's loose. So I have to take it out manually. I'm literally going to have to swing this thing around. Because I'm going to have to, some of these are going to have to come out basically manually. Ah, man. We got to move everything out of the room. I don't know why. What was I thinking? I'm going to have to move stuff around, literally. Let's see, where would I have to move this so I can just basically shimmy this around? How far do I have to hit to get this? All right, I can clearly see if the game systems and stuff are going to have to come out of here. Unless, no, that's too much work. I am not going back out and coming back in. That's going to be heavy. I'm going to put you right here. I should be able to do it. If I pick it up, I should be able to swing past all of this and this with no problem. The printer would be the only thing in the way. If I lift over the printer, just swing it through if I lift it up. Let me see if I can get this. possible, where I'm just basically just hammering myself with stupid ideas. Nope. I literally gonna have to take out we don't have enough room to swing around. So I'm gonna have to disconnect move all this stuff out of here. That's not gonna work. I always starts off the it's pretty easy. You're just gonna come here and just take it apart and be done with it. That's what it's right. Never mind. Easy to do. Lift it up and be done with it. Alright, so let me see. That may be in the way. If we swing it around, yeah, that's definitely going to be in the way. So we have to move this. This is all going to be yanked out. These are not fine. So let me see what we got here that may fit in that. Let me see. They're not going to fit. I can't stand freaking hex keys. Just put freaking screws in, please. What are you worried about? Someone's going to take apart your stuff. Yeah, put it together anyway. I'm going to take it apart, put it in. What the freak? It's so much easier for everybody. These need channel there, I'm not sure. It's a little bit bigger than the other one. It's not going to work. I'm never buying aluminum strands. One of it is end of it. No more parts. Build it. I'll paint it to the wall. That's it. No more. Alright. Let's get the freaking strip and the rest of it out. Where's the drill at? Because knowing me, I probably lost it. Here it is. What is the deal with these? These so small. Why do these hex keys that small? That won't switch in. That's be annoying. It's not make all the screws the same size. Let's make smaller ones. Freak. They actually made the ones for the rail in the back. They made the bars for that one. They made the hex keys and they're actually small. Why? Why don't you just make them all the same size? It's so much easier. And no, you don't never keep all the tools that go with it, which I didn't do. Because I think I put together each one of these. There's no way in the world I was going to put that thing together by hand. What did I do with all of them? I already had all of them here. This is going to be pretty much a head today. I'm dropping these straight over the rail. I'm not going to bother taking that thing apart. I'm just going to open and try to do this. I'll be back. Let's see if I can locate that one. That one was perfect. It fit in here just right. It was perfect. I don't even know what I did with it. It's somewhere in the house. Okay. I was going to need it later on. I don't remember where I put it. I'm not sure. I told you. From now on, I gotta get me a toolbox. I have to invest money in the toolbox. This should pretty much do it. I need this for the screen downstairs. Okay, we gotta go with this. That's stripped, so that's not gonna work. Okay, things aren't flying the other way. If I can get these two here, and pull it out that way, that's not gonna work. So, this is for the Elite screen, that works with Elite. What do we have here? That's not gonna work there. Let me see. You're definitely too small. This one sits right here. We might work, I don't know. Oh, this is definitely going to be a freaking headache. At the end of the day, it's going to be a headache. If I have to up the cut through this bad one. Let's see. That's going to be a headache. I hate it when I do this. Usually, and another thing too, you have to be careful about is the generic screens. The screws sometimes can be soft, which means you can strip them easy. They can be easily stripped. So that's another problem you're going to run into too on top of that. Because this thing is not going to fit. Came from the heart, it's not going to fit down the stairs. I wish I could. If I could, I would take this thing right down the stairs. The 100 and it barely makes it up there. At least it barely makes it up. That's everything there. All right, worst upon worst, what I'm going to have to do is, and it's an old trick, we use them for basically dismantle Xbox 360s or modding them out. It's a very easy trick to do. So basically, I got a cutter downstairs. What we got to do is we have to slice. I learned this basically if you strip out your screws by accident, you slice a little groove across here, turn it into a Phillips, and pull it right on out with a Phillips screwdriver. That easy. I used to do that when I had 360s. When I used to take them out, they had a special little key jet, hex keys you had to use to open them up. And sometimes some of them would strip. So what they would do is they would take a little cutter and they would just cut a little groove right in there. Slap a Phillips in there, boop, pop it right on out. That's it. Just change the cut on. That's it. So I got one of those downstairs, and that's what I have to do. But I'm gonna have to flip this around for it to do it because I'm already back with the cutter doing this. I'd rather be, man, I swear, it's the nightmare finding these things. I'd rather just do it that way. Why not have this? I'll just cut this up to begin with. I'm probably gonna wreck my lights too on the floor too. I'm about to replace those, but that's what I'm gonna have to do. Man, it turned into a freaking crazy job. This side we got stripped out over here. This is done on this side. This side, for some reason, they just don't want to remove on that side. So let me see how many I can get out of here. Then I can bring the cutter in, and then basically we just have to cut it from there. Make sure I got my glasses. That's one of the things you do not. You definitely want to make sure you got safety glasses with. One of those blades pop. That's your eye, Mr. Postman. Oh, they're paying golf today. Alright, let me see. Well, while we're here, we just might just take out the whole. We can't take this out because this piece doesn't want to remove. They're going to remove. These are all going to have to be cut right here. These don't want to go. Can we make my job a little easier? I know we can't pull this out easy because it's not going to go either. That's not going to work either. We can pop these. We can pop these, okay. We can do it. Yeah. Get you open the door. careful. I don't want this thing falling in the head or the face or something else. Oopsie, you guys just went in a different direction. Now, look at the size of the wall compared to the screen. I got all that to turn into a screen. So we'll start some sanding and puttying everything down, nice and smooth. And we'll get painting this bad boy and be done. That's the first me a dime. What do we got here? Okay, let's see. There's up here. Okay. Oh, yes, thank you. I made my job a whole lot easier. All right, so you see how stiff and rigid this surface is? Yeah, try stretching that back over your frame after it's been previous painting. See what happens. See what kind of nightmare you actually bring onto yourself at the end of the day. You're not getting that back over your frame at all, period. Oh, heck yes. I did keep these. Jimmy the Crickets, I kept them. I kept my original head screws for this. That's what I'm talking about. You, Lord. I was smart enough to keep them. Usually I throw these away. So let's see if it's tripped up bad enough. It might not work. It may work, it may not work. I don't know. I have to bring the saw in. Hope I don't have to. Let me see what this side is doing. Maybe we can get this side instead. Let's see. They're pretty good to lock, so. Maybe come out in hot. Nope, I'm gonna have to saw you. Definitely gonna have to be sawed. What do we got going on here? Yeah, that's not working. Yeah. Yeah, that's not working either. Yeah, lock everything out, locking. Nope, okay. Ready. First things first, I gotta bring a saw and cut. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Another way I can get it out of here without cutting, because I really don't want to bring a saw up here and cut anything at the end of the day. I gotta buy safety glasses and stuff, because one of these blades pop, I can lose an eye. I could basically just, since these screens break in the middle, I can just basically just separate in the middle and just pull it out that way and take it down the stairs. Either way, it's getting out of here. So that's another way we can do it that way too. You just separate it from the center. Hopefully none of these have any problems. They come out all together. There's another way to remove it. Let's see how we take it apart, buddy boy. That's one. Get that centerpiece out. That's what faster is doing it. There we go. Even faster. Alright, quote Superman. What do you want to call it? Alright, that's down. That's it. That's an easier way to do it. That collapses pretty quick. That's it. Because, man, I was not coming up here with a saw and bit by bit go through one bit after the next and cut this thing, because that would have been a headache. So that's out of here. So, this system right here uses the, get one of these free here for a minute. It uses the rail system. These little things right here. So much easier to assemble, so much easier to well, not take apart. Can't honestly say that. And the reason why it was such a headache to take apart, because that's why I said at the end of the day, some people, I hate to say it, do not know what they're talking about, because some of these cheap generic screens will use soft metal. And that soft metal is easy to strip really fast, easy to strip. I had that happen to me a couple of times with a couple of generic screens. They use a kind of a soft metal. I know Amazon's been doing that too. You buy screws from Amazon and the screws will be bent a little bit and they'll have those, they're easy to strip. But yeah, they'll have that soft metal. That soft metal will strip real easy. Then you got a headache on your hands trying to get it out. I had the proper bits to pull it out, but like I said, you know, look at this. Look at this. It doesn't even have anything to connect to in there at all, period. Like where these are, let me see if I got one of them on me. I should have just had a whole handful of the Elite Screen screws. These screws are literally all over my house. And I can't find one of the screws. All the time I have to make a trip downstairs to get one freaking screw. Mother George. They're all over the house. Literally. I got part of the house and I'm all over it. Alright, whatever. Man. Whew. Spent too much time on this. I'm putting an elevator in this place. Alright, so these are Elite screws. See how they are? See those little grooves in there? Make it easy for you to lock on. And then these are the generics. See how smooth that is? Yeah, it's kind of hard to lock on something when there's nothing to actually grip onto. See? But this one comes with the spring system. And this one, the Elite comes with the spring system. And this one comes with the pegs. Now, which ones do I like? I actually like the pegs better. Because the pegs, you just slide them into the rails. And you just basically, wherever there's narrow, you just connect. That's it. Slide your support suspension rods in and just place them right over top. Bing, 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 bing. You're done. But, like I said, not a big fan of Elite, but I explain something to you. At the end of the day, I try to be fair. I've never had to use tools when putting together one of their screens. Never had to use a tool. It comes with that little ring with the loop on it and you pull on it. Never had to use it. The springs are actually the perfect size. They fit in right perfectly. And like I said, at the end of the day, you know me. If I can't stand your company, don't like it at the end of the day, but if your product works, I'm gonna say it works. Other than that, I couldn't give a flying fig Newton at the end of the day about y'all. But other than that, credit's due where credit's due. It does work better than any spring system I've ever used with any screen. Generic screens, the problem I have with them is they make either the springs too long or they make them too short. When they make them too long, you got this little bag in the screen a little bit, you know what I mean? Because the screen is really tighten out. Or they make the screen itself too small, and that makes it a nightmare. It's even a bigger nightmare if they make the springs too short and they make the screen small. I actually had that happen to me. I actually threw the whole thing in the trash. I wasn't finishing it. I can see where they really messed up. So you have to be careful. With the supports, see how heavy these supports are? Some of them, they're plastic in between and they have a layer of metal on top of them. They can crack real easily. So if your screen has this kind of awkward bend outward, it's because of that. Sometimes the rail in the middle is not sturdy. They'll give you a thin, flimsy rail in the middle, and that will cause a problem too at the end of the day. So like I said, you have to be real careful. And the guy's sitting there making all these statements about, oh, you can go buy. No, you don't. Why? You got to explain why to people, why you don't want to go near these screens and why there's certain screens you do want to go near. Now, Silver Ticket, I freaking love the screens. The only thing I didn't like about the screens was the 235.1 that I bought in here. It was a freaking nightmare to actually thread it with the rails because they made the holes too big. And every time I went to slide it through on a 20-foot screen, they kept popping up through every freaking hole in it. And they keep coming back and put it back in. And slide it through, come back and put it back in. That's a freaking headache when your screens are like almost 20 feet long in length because you have a 235.1. But other than that, these screens are a breeze to put together. I love them. And they had the same peg system too, which is pretty cool. But like I said, you have to be careful with the generic screens because sometimes they make the springs too small, and that makes it even an impossible struggle to try to get them connect into the frame. Or you get the worst of the worst. They give you a screen that's too small, and they give you two springs that are too small. Or they give you springs that are too long. That's even messed up. You're like, why is my screen so baggy in the middle? What the freak is going on with that? Yeah, that's why. That's what happens. All right, this is all done. Wrap this up and get this out the door. So this one here, I know this is the they both have hex keys on it, but I know this one because Elite Screens has special screws on them. That's how I know. And another reason why the Elite Screens border is a little bit thinner, that's why. So I looked outside, I went on the deck, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely Elite Screens. So that's coming down today. I can't reach the customer, which I really would like to do because I want him to have it. But I guess we're both going in the trash because we don't want them here. We don't want them here. Besides, like I said, I don't want. It's easier to build, much cheaper and better to build, and on top of it, you can design it any way you want. And or you can just paint it to the wall, which I should have did here because I would have got a much bigger screen out of this. Much bigger screen. My projector in the next room would do floor to ceiling easily. Can't do it in here with a fixed frame because it only goes to a certain height. If I try to do a floor to ceiling fixed frame in here, it's going to be too long. It's going to my room's not long enough for it. 150 inch will do it, but the problem, I don't have enough room to put that in there, so I have to paint the wall. Now, since I've got the everything calibrated for the mech room in the back, I have to dismantle that and put some of the stuff in here, which I'm actually going to put my Shortdo projector in here and my gaming PC in here for playing on the wall. That's what I'm going to be doing in here, while the other room is being prepped and getting ready to get the paint job done and everything set up for the mech simulator in that room. So at least I can game off the wall right away. I'm probably going to, I got to sand all this down. I'm going to paint this today. Yeah, I'm going to paint this today. I'll put my screen in today. All right, and a jig pop. Now I am thinking about building myself a customized Batman screen with an actual working bat signal. And also too, a view of Gotham City. Yeah, I'm actually designing one. It's going to be fixed frame. So I'm going to build one of those. I have a friend of mine, she is a huge Batman fan, so I'm designing it for her. And she's pretty good with her hands. I'm not selling these at the end of the day, people. So just like I did the motorized projection screens with the artwork, you can do the same thing with the fixed frames. You just build the screen a little higher up, sort of the top, so you can put that whole, I'll explain it to you later. It's kind of hard to explain how we're going to do this. But the same way we did the motorized projection screens, you can do your fixed frame screens the same way. All right, well, we got part two. Well, part one, part two. Oh, I'm gonna be back in later on because I gotta get all the stuff thrown in the trash. Gotta organize the room. I'm gonna leave the room the same way it is. And I gotta mix me up something for downstairs. Something to figure out what I'm put on my wall. I do know. Oh no, put a Black Phantom on here. What the frick? I want a Black Phantom on here. Yeah, because I'm going to clash with the red. So I'm gonna put a Black Phantom up here. Except when I do my Black Phantom, I'm gonna do a customized border. I want a real thin red border in between that, and then I'm gonna put the black on it. That'll be kind of hot, so it blends off the wall. I'm just gonna have to get the same color of the wall. I think the wall is Showstopper. So it's Showstopper with about 3 tablespoons of black paint. Because when I got Showstopper over here, it was bright as a fire engine. I'm like, oh, I'm not putting this in here. I need to darken it a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. I might just paint the entire room. I might just strip all this down and just repaint the entire room the way I want it, and then do the borders different color. Because I do want to change up my ceiling though. And I might just redo the whole room. I told you I like to paint. So me redoing the whole room ain't nothing. I like to paint. I love painting. So I might just do the whole thing all over again. Just get a fresh coat on here and re-put the screens back in and everything. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, might as well make it a fun project. All right, but this screen is going in today. Like I said, it's not hard to paint around the screen. It's just frog tape the edge around the screen. You're done, that's it. So I'm putting my screen, because I'm gaming off this tonight. Tonight we'll be gaming off this, definitely. Definitely gonna be gaming off this, but I'm definitely putting a black screen in here, definitely. All right, well, that being said, well, we got the screen. I'm sure you don't want to watch me take out trash, because I'm pretty sure you got better things to do with your time right now, but thank you for coming in and watching. I really appreciate the support. I'm going to get this all finished up, and then we'll work on the other projects we're working on. I told you the whole UFO and building in that section. I've already went online and ordered some stuff. So we can do a whole UFO scenery in there. So it's going to be pretty cool in that one section right there. So we'll go back and forth. We'll go back and forth with that. All right. You have a wonderful day. Be safe and God bless.